Are working. I am live. Hello, world. That light is doing me head in, but it is what it is. Let's see if I can adjust the camera a bit. Hopefully, it doesn't fall down. So yeah, I'm showing up again on here. I've only been live once last week, I think. I didn't do any live this week. It's been busy, but I do have some news. The reason why I have been busy and not been live is, oh, there we go. I thought that was going to happen. Is my sister was kind enough to, and I know what's happening because I've just grabbed the wire. My sister was kind enough to get me an awesome book for my birthday. It's on African spiritual practices. A nice coincidence because I already do have the book, but I only have it in audio form. I got it on Amazon Audible in 2025, back in 2025. But when I do like a book, I do like the physical book as well. So what I normally do is I get an Audible so I can read it when I'm working out, going for walks, run or whatever. And if the book really speaks to me, I always get the physical form as well because it's a great book and it's got some great lessons in here. So if you are new to my YouTube channel, you'll probably see that I'm talking a lot more about divine forces of natures, which is an Orisha. So the Orisha theme came to me from this book, African Spiritual Practices. I did set an intention back end of last year that I was going to learn more about African spirituality because when and this isn't a religious thing, it's just more of a knowledge thing. Obviously been brought up in the UK and it's all Western information, but I think I've come to the realization, the age now of trying to find out more about my ancestors, their beliefs, and what was done. Because obviously things change. Places were put into certain situations where kind of learning about your own natural beliefs and behaviors wasn't kind of the thing. But it's all coming full circle. So that's my experience anyway. So I have written a book, which is the name of this live Practice Makes the Master. And just from deliberate teachings from this book of Practice Made the Master led me to this book. The reason why it led me to that book is it just helped me think a lot more about what I want to do, what I want to get out of life, and where I see myself. So it actually opened up more of a thinking for me, so I could go down the direction, the path that I want to go down. So the reason why I love learning more about the mind, the mindset, is it just gets you going deeper and deeper. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, so just if I'm squinting like that, it's because I wear glasses and I refuse to put my glasses on when I'm talking. So sending messages, I can barely see them unless I squint. So knowledge for me can be anything, and you can obtain knowledge from anyone. I obtain a lot of knowledge from my 8-year-old daughter. To be fair, that's where I get a lot of my knowledge from. It's great, listening to children is the best way, I personally believe, you can get knowledge from, because they tell you the raw truth and nothing but the truth. So especially around the age of 5 to 7, the beginning to be very vocal and getting knowledge and experience. So that will tell you how it is. They'll tell you why they're happy, why they're sad, and you can even have deeper conversations with them. For example, my nephew at the time, I think he was 5, and I think we was in the forest somewhere. We're just going for a walk, and this was, for me anyways, it was profound. He was 5 at the time, and he picks up this stick, and he looks at this stick, and he looks at it again, and he talks to it, and he says, "Stick, are you actually a stick, or are you a tree?" And then he paused, and I was like, wow, that is like profound, because the level of thinking, is it a stick? We just call it a stick because that's what's obviously just fallen from the branch. But he's talking about where it actually came from. So just because it came from or fell off a big tree doesn't mean that it's no longer a tree. It's like saying you've taken some water from the sea. You know, it doesn't no longer become the sea. It's still the sea. You've just taken the part of it away. Anyway, that was my profound kind of like, wow, this boy is an absolute genius, and I love it when children come up with great aspects of philosophy and wisdom. We can learn so much from children. So I've come on here not for anything specific, not for anything focused to talk about. But if anyone does have any questions, I'm very happy to just have a quick conversation. Yo. So a bit about me. I am a author. I am a business owner. But focusing on the author side, I wrote a book called Practice Makes a Master, and that book is 12 chapters, 12 quests, and to help you unlock the awesomeness within yourself, because you are awesome. And then that book, Practice Makes a Master, which I wrote, which is right here, by the way, that's led me on to a more deeper thinking, which I've got loads of books, by the way, but the book that like locked in, absolutely locked in on, is this book, African Spiritual Practices. So I can just learn more about my ancestors and ancient wisdom and teachings. And the thing that I'm locked in on, the main thing locked in, because it's a big, as you can see, it's a big book, not like mine. Mine's actually tiny in comparison, because mine's just a doing book. It's like 12 practices to do. This book is a whole section of so much. So what I'm locked in on is the Orishas. An Orisha is a divine force of nature. An Orisha is basically like what some people would call gods. So it's kind of like our personalities. So if someone's like really good at swimming or talking, or the one with nature, they could be what's the word? Not a sign, but yeah, I'll just use the word assign to an Orisha. So, you know, you've got your gift from this particular god. So that's what I'm learning about. It's really interesting, because it doesn't just talk about those kind of gifts. It just talks about the nature as well, anything from earth, fire, wind, water, and all that stuff. But anyway, I'm learning as I go, and I'm posting about it, so I'm absolutely loving it. Someone just put where you from. Hey, Manchester, UK. That's where I'm from. Born in London though, but UK. Hopefully sometime soon I'll be traveling the world, talking and giving speeches. But yeah, I actually do have a public speaking gig. I think it's in June, and that is talking about Orishas, and that literally came about me just showing up. So making this about you, the viewer, do your best to show up, do your best to be your best, because you don't know what opportunities will come your way when you start doing that. When I started talking more across social media, someone saw me. And they was like, right, okay, you seem good on camera. I was like, oh, okay. And you kind of are articulate. I was like, oh, okay. And there was like, right, okay, we're hosting an event, and the event is going to be between. Oh, someone's trying to ring me. Let's get rid of that. The event's going to be between 170 to 200 people. So we want you to be a speaker, to be there in person speaker, and obviously hold the room for 45 minutes to an hour. Was I terrified? Absolutely. Was I excited? A sprinkle of that. Did I want to say no? Yes, I did. But what did I say instead? I said yes. Because we don't know where these opportunities are going to leapfrog us to. So even if I go in there and I have a disaster of a kind of an event in terms of not getting the engagement, misstepping my words or what I'm going to say, or drop all my notes, I've still showed up, and you always learn something in the lesson or in the failure or the mistake. So we shall see, and I'll update you on that, how that goes. But for now, I am literally studying loads of material around African gods, just to keep it in a very plain, simple speak, learning about that. And that's what a lot of my material is going to be about now when I'm posting it on YouTube. I'm still going to stick with motivational posts as well, and obviously helping people level up and skill up, and just give you a bit of a virtual hug or a virtual arm around your shoulder and let you know that you are awesome and you can do and achieve whatever you want. And yes, we all go through life, the game of life, and it is challenging and can be challenging, and we just need to overcome those challenges. So I'll still show up in that respect, and I'll continue to do that. But I've just got a pull at the moment to start posting about these Orishas because it's powerful. And also I could be doing this for a lifetime, because I've learned that there are apparently 401 Orishas, 401 gods. And I think what makes this quite difficult not difficult, but you don't know which story is the most potent or the most on track, is because unlike most traditions, when you come through wisdom and knowledge, it's all written down, but the teachings was not written down, it was all verbal and passed down in stories. So as you can imagine, how we interpret it's kind of like that game when you do that whispers, and you start with a word and you whisper to someone else, you whisper to someone else, you whisper to someone else, and the kind of word or the sentence changes. So that's what I think, maybe unfair saying this, but that's what I think may have what have happened over time, over the hundreds of years. That stories got changed because it was slightly interpreted a bit wrong. But here we are. I've got 401 Orishas to potentially talk about, and it's keeping me really entertained. So yeah, that's what I didn't have any. Like I said, I didn't have any intention in terms of what to talk about live. I just wanted to show up and just let you guys know. Thank you for your support. I don't know what direction this is going to take me in. I don't know where I will be in 6 months' time in terms of this channel, because it is obviously called Arn and Dangerous. But dangerous is in terms of the mindset. It's not dangerous that you can go and physically hurt someone. It's having that dangerous mind where you become unfuckable with. In terms of someone tries to get a rise out of you, someone tries to poke fun of you, but the reason why someone's poking fun of you is because that person's insecure. So you know how to handle them, and you know how to speak with them and to them and hear what they're saying and come back, not with a smart answer or a witty answer, but more of an answer of concern, that I know why you're doing this, I know how you're saying that. I'm not that person that you can bully, manipulate, or make fun of. The reason why you can't do that is because I'm a master of my mind, and I do have a mastermind. So when you show that kind of intellect and talk and focused communication, the person normally backs down. But you have to obviously let them know that you can't be messed with in that way, in shortest form possible, in terms of not over talking your point, and then literally just walk away and leave them to it. But yeah, I'm gonna disappear now. I just wanted to show up and say, yeah, the reason why I have been posting around Orisha's the gods is literally because of this. Someone just put football. Well, I've got a football head. Who do I support? I don't support anyone in terms of a football team. I do watch football now and again, not often, but I'm from Manchester. I do obviously like the Manchester teams just because obviously that's where my location is. But sometimes the rivalry gets a bit too much in terms of the derbies, so I just stay away from it. I just enjoy the love of the game and enjoy the sportsmanship when it is good. But no, I don't. I don't support Man United. I don't support City. I do like both teams, and I just literally cheer on the game because it's a good sport, and it gets people from the working class into a good financial position. So that's why I do love football, because it can change people's lives, and it does change people's lives for the good. So I always try and look for the good in everything. But no, I'm not an avid football supporter. I don't play football anymore, apart from back in the day when you used to just kick the football around with my son when he was playing for a team. But yeah, I'm a gym person personally. Headphones in, get the weights done, go home. Oh, too much money in football. No, there isn't too much money in football. I don't think so. The only thing I can say to that question is the only reason why there's a lot of money in football is because everyone's watching it. It's like saying there's too much money in Netflix. The CEOs are too rich who own Netflix, or the founders, because there's over 300 million subscribers to Netflix. So if you think about it from a football sphere, this will make sense. So Netflix have got over 300 million subscribers. How much do you pay for Netflix? So you're paying between £10, depending obviously the clarity and no ads or whatever it is. You're paying between £10 to £15 a month. Times that by 300 million subscribers. That's where the money is. And that's the same thing with football. There's a lot of people subscribe to it. And it's not even just watching the game as well. It's all the kit. It's the retail side of it as well. People buying the footballs, people buying the signed shirts. What we're saying here, football match. Yeah, tickets are way too expensive. I'll agree. That is something that we'll definitely agree with. Yeah, the tickets are really expensive, and just the whole experience as well. So if you just try to get some food and a drink, beer, whatever it is, it's way too expensive. So yeah, definitely agree with that. But yeah, I'm not a avid football fan. I like the business side of it. It does well for the players. They're the winners. You know, the people who win out of this are the players. That the fans don't win from it, unfortunately, anymore, because it's too much of a business. But yeah, the only thing I would say is it is very interesting that there's not a lot of regeneration. One thing that I would say is, you know, you get these players who are on crazy amounts of money, But then you look at the stadiums, which are superb and fantastic. But then you look at the estates around those stadiums. There's no regeneration. So that's one thing that I'm sad that never gets done. I don't think it will ever get done. The way that the clubs aren't putting money into the local areas and just get kind of regenerating them. But yeah, Spurs are. Oh, Spurs are playing crap. All right. Thought someone said Spurs are regenerating their location. Right, okay, I misread that. Right, okay. But I am going to be disappearing now. I do thank you for your time. I thank you for your likes. I will be showing up when I show up. But as mentioned, I am focused here to let you guys know that you are flipping awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. Success to you guys, no matter what you're doing, whether you're working on the railways, whether you're a nurse, doctor, whether you're a bricky labourer, working in an executive office. We're literally all the same. We want the same thing. We just want to have a good life. We want to, be loved and love someone, and that's it. So for me, doesn't matter where you come from, what kind of job you're doing, whether you're a forklift truck driver to a CEO of a big corporate company, just have flipping respect for the person. So I will leave you to it, and have a great day, and I'll see you on the next live. Take care.